sorry for the lack of planes, but also this format is really diverse. It is not just if you don't have planes in your deck, you can't win. It's a really, really diverse format, and we're going to see that ideally in this match that's going to be in front of us.
Yeah, that's why I love the Pro Tour. You think the draft format's solved, you come here, you learn. Definitely not. Let's take a look at our broadcast team, who will be bringing you all the action from the feature match area this weekend. Ailey Loney and Corey Baumeister will be in the booth alongside Marshall Sutcliffe and Mani Djibouti, joined up with all of us from the news desk as well. Right now, it's time to turn it over to Ailey and Corey with round number 10 here at Pro Tour Murders at Karlov Manor.
Thank you so much, Maria. Corey, this is our last limited round. There's still one more to go after this, but we cannot wait to get into the action because you definitely want to be coming out of the limited rounds with a positive record, get those 12 wins, and done for the day.
Yeah, exactly. All the people we're watching, in Pod 1, they're already doing really great, but you want to be doing excellent so you can maybe think about getting that 12 wins and just locking it up straight away.
Yeah, and we were just chatting, looking through those deck lists. We're like 3 evidence examiners, 3 gleaming gear drakes. These poor 2-drops, they just wheel all the time, it seems.
Yeah, the premium 2-drops here in those 2 color pairs, and I mean, both of them are incredible Magic cards.
Yeah.
3 evidence examiners, they don't really stack that well. There's only so much evidence to be examined, but the 3 gleaming gear drakes do stack up quite nicely if you ever get 2 of those in play.
Oh, those are so fun. They're kind of reminiscent of the Sprite Dragon from, I don't remember which set it was. I think it was the previous Ravnica set.
Yeah, I'm not positive, but yeah, that card is incredible as well.
Alrighty, let's go. Case of the Filched Falcon to start things off here for Adam Edelson, who is looking to perhaps take the lead here in this tournament. Both players 8-1. Simon Nielsen noticed that it was a little slippy outside, so didn't bike in today.
Yes, didn't want to cut this one too close when you're at the featured table in second place here. Wow, what a great start here for Adam. That is exactly what you want here. And already the case is solved here. So next turn, if Adam wants, can just sacrifice that case and attack for 5. This is really a lot of pressure here on Simon.
Yeah, that is absolutely brutal. 4 1 encounters on one of those clues.
Yeah.
And now the pressure is on for Simon Nielsen, who didn't really have all that much interaction from what we saw from
Not a lot at all. Simic just doesn't have a ton. That color pair doesn't have a lot to do. But yeah, here is this extremely fast start that you can see out of these Izzet decks sometimes. Like they were saying at the desk, you can be really aggressive or you can be more controlling. And this particular game, quite aggressive.
Aggressive, be aggressive. And that is what Adam's doing. Also notice that we've only just now found a green source here for Simon Nielsen. So going to get our evidence collector down on the board. And that locks it on Eavesdropper. Likely going to turn into a clue.
Yeah, and that's still quite the slow draw in comparison to Adam's draw. This is still a plenty fine draw, but has to find a way to, ideally bounce that clue would be excellent.
Yeah.
With an unauthorized exit, something like that, but something just he doesn't have in the list.
Yeah, there's nothing like that, unfortunately. It does have not on my watch.
Yep. Yeah, and I think I might have saw it as well. I think I might have saw that in Simon's hand. So
17.
And it's perfectly disguised right now. Normally, you leave 2 mana up on turn 4, you're like, okay, you probably have something. But with a clue being in play, it's already pretty sneaky that I think Simon, if he does indeed have it, is going to get this clue pretty well.
Turn passes back now to Adam Edelson. What do we see in hand? Hotshot Investigators, I believe. That looked like Offender at Large.
Yeah, Bubble Smuggler as well.
The Bub Smug.
Yeah.
There we go. Not on my watch. I found it funny when this card was previewed. Everyone was like, why didn't Marshall get that card?
Yeah, there you go. All right, so Adam deciding here. Looking to sack a clue.
If he's got demand answers or anything of the sort.
Yeah, trying to find some way to protect this, it looks like.
Sacrifice this clue.
Okay, looking for Fey Flight I think was the plan here from Adam. That would have been just an absolute blowout. But the nice thing about a clue attacking, you know, you do not have to tap a clue to sacrifice it. So Adam still gets some value here, but kind of took the turn off, you know, just drawing 2 cards, putting 2 counters. This definitely puts Simon, you know, back in the driver's seat here.
Yeah. Also, you know, swinging punches here at Adam Edelson now has a crowd control warden down on the field, which is pretty formidable. You know, the skies Adam still has in control, but he's got to be wary of this ground force now. So let's have a look at what removal he's got. There's a suspicious detonation available.
Yeah, I saw Torch the Witness in hand, as well as that hotshot negotiator. So if we can find a couple lands, Adam does have the tools to slow down Simon here, but just drew land 5 and does not have the 6th land here. So looking to, you know, at least start drawing a couple more lands off the top.
Hotshot investigators are all cool and whatnot, but they're a little expensive.
Yep.
They charge too much for their services.
And you really don't want to leave this Gear Drake on defense. Not the best blocker until it gets completely out of hand, sacrificing clues. But one thing that is available is this Torch the Witness on one of the creatures, and if you do that excess damage, then you can sack the clue as well to maybe pump this up to a 4/4.
Yeah, it's rough though, because Adam isn't in the position where he can attack here.
Yeah.
Because there are several combat tricks available to Simon in the list. We've got the Airtight Alibi, Bite Down on Crime, if we've got something to collect, Fanatical Strength as well.
Yeah.
So he has to be, you know, cognizant of all of these before deciding what to do on attacks. So Forensic Researcher and second Gear Drake down on the board. I think they're going to be chump blocking.
Yeah, that's a good setup turn. But, yeah, it really looks like Adam is going to take a huge hit of damage next turn. And Adam's trying to just be like, well, I'll try to survive this one attack, maybe put the 1/3 in front of the 2/2, and then start controlling the battlefield. But taking that turn off, you know, that quote-unquote turn off of sacking those 2 clues was just really brutal. I think if Adam would have known about the not on my watch, not attacking with the clue would have just been amazing to kind of put Simon back on the back foot.
Yeah, you know, 4/4, you really want to get in there with the damage, but it's also an excellent blocker for most of the battlefield for Simon Nielsen right now.
Yep.
The crowd control warden being the biggest thing there. So let's see if he was able to find, I think there was a Topiary Panther I saw in hand there.
Yep, looks like it. Didn't see land 6 though, so nothing to just slam the 6/5 right now.
You also need a second green source here. If
Good
we
old
wanna
plant
get the
cat.
Yeah, good old plant cat.
It's a creature type I never thought we'd see.
Too much catnip, evidently.
There you go.
Alrighty, Simon, what you got for us?
And wow, just how incredible is this to see Simon trying to get a 4th Pro Tour top 8 in a row?
I know, right?
I mean, the only other people that I can really think about is Nathan in recent years, and then Luis Scott Vargas, you know, doing it.
Went on his heater, yeah.
Yeah, just doing it in an impressive fashion to do it all in one season as well. So Simon trying to join the ranks of an incredible list of players.
Oh yeah. Topiary Panther is going to get cycled. Let's go and find a basic. So that will unlock land number 6. And it is the second green source. So sticking more evidence to be collected in the graveyard for the evidence collector.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does he have an answer for one of these Gear Drakes? Or is he just going to turn things sideways? Oh, okay, cool. Cold Case Cracker.
Okay, not bad at all. And wow, just discarding really powerful cards. If you're Adam, you got to think, okay, Simon's hand is great. Yeah, Simon's hand has to still be good, even if it is 1 or 2 cards.
Oh boy. Man, Projector Inspector is such a great performer in these detective-based decks.
Oh yeah. Premium blue common, that's for sure. Yeah, Blue-White Detective is definitely my favorite archetype, and it just absolutely shines there, that's for sure. And now look at this battlefield. Simon just has an overwhelming board presence here. And Adam has the Torch the Witness. Looks like we didn't pick up the 6th land, which would have been huge.
That would have been great for him, yeah.
Yep.
Has the clue to dig a little deeper into the library, try and find another creature to get in the way here.
Yep.
Maybe another piece of removal to go alongside the torch.
Now the researcher can at least shut down the 6/6 for now. So we have that one on lock. Plus, if you leave back your 3/3 flyer here with a clue open, at least you represent a 4/4 and you can block any of these 3-power creatures. So kind of has that going, but also, you know, we look at Simon's life total, it's pretty low as well.
Yeah.
So Adam can try to just be aggressive here as the best defensive play. Yeah.
Contradiction of terms.
Yep.
But yeah, it's such a tricky position to be in because you have this massive flyer that you can pump up. On the backswing, you know, like you mentioned, can lock down the biggest creature. So what would that be? 3, 4, 5 damage coming through? Is it race time or just see if we can find something else? Oh, excuse me, there's a cold case cracker there too. So that's another 3 damage in the air.
I think that might be going away. This looks like, yeah, there we go. So get rid of that. Now you get another clue. One thing that Adam could do is sack the clue, attack for 4, tap down the 6/6, and then the next turn sack the other clue, attack for 5 to just win the game out here. I kind of like that aggressive line, especially open deckless tournament, of course. These players know, you know, I think the first thing Adam would be looking at is, wow, you do not have much interaction. This is a green-blue creature deck with a couple of splashes here and there, some pump spells and some removals. So I kind of like that line. It's risky because if you lose the Gear Drake, you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, what do we have to be worried about from the bent deck here that Simon Nielsen's got? There is the bite down on crime, which we could see on Simon's turn.
Yeah, that would be the worst, or the hexproof enchantment there in response to tapping down the creature. That's just GG.
Play Herring, attack for 5.
Okay. If it's there, I mean, that is the play Adam's going to go for, and Simon will win this game. I think I would like to see Adam do it right now. There's no reason to give him a draw step here. It wasn't there, it looks like. The Airtight Alibi is definitely the card that Adam should be very worried about.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if this is 2 mana to sack a clue,
2 lands.
it would be nice to...
Yeah. All right, let's see if Simon Nielsen can pick up this first game here. Cracking a clue. Draw. What do we find?
All right, it was just another land, and I see a Fanatical Strength, but that's not enough. So it really looks like if Adam responds right now to this clue activation, Adam's going to win the game.
Yeah.
Didn't? It could be Airtight Alibi now. Doesn't look like Simon got there, though, so Adam's not going to be punished.
Looks like Simon's flooding a little bit, so so long as Adam can not die here, essentially, he'll be able to pick up this win here pretty comfortably.
Yep. And a little unlucky there for Simon, just 3 lands off the top.
Cloud Warden, evidence, 3.
A little bit of flood happening there for Simon Nielsen, our 2022-2023 Player of the Year, and that is going to be game number 1. So Simon Nielsen scooping saw
So you were
the writing on the wall.
Yep. And Adam, you know, getting to this Pro Tour off of one of these arena qualifiers, those events are not easy.
You've done a couple of them, right?
I've done a couple. I made it to day 2 in one of them. And I have played like 5, 6, but to be able to go 7-1 on day 1, 7-1 on day 2 to make it here is truly an accomplishment. And you can tell, Adam, you know, when you get here in Limited, you're definitely going to be a much better Limited player going into it. So impressive stuff to be 8-1 to convert that and make it a meaningful qualification.
Fantastic stuff indeed. So kudos to him. We love to see new players on the Pro Tour. And Lush Portico getting rid of the crowd control warden, first and foremost. So
Chase is not on.
the chase is not on, evidently, according to Simon Nielsen. Hey, Tunnel Tipster. I love this guy.
Yeah, this
He's
card,
so cute.
This card's incredible, and Simon has 3 of them. Simon's 2-drops. If Simon's playing a 2-drop, it's going to be one of the 3X cards that he has, the Tunnel Tipster or the Evidence Examiner.
Oh, man. I love going Tunnel Tipster into Nervous Gardener, and then you're able to flip it immediately and get more land.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so
powerful
satisfying.
combination. 2 2/2s, ramp into your splash colors. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Case of the Filched Falcon.
The Blue Novice Inspector.
19.
Yeah, essentially. Novice Inspector, a lot of people's favorite card.
So looks like at first glance there, Adam does not have red mana. And you see 9 mountains in Adam's deck, so it's the large majority. There we go, right off the top. So now we are online, and the goat's coming in.
Oh, this always makes me laugh. This frantic
Yeah.
scapegoat.
Yeah, great art, and really a great card, too. Just being able to, you know,
Exile?
it's really good
yeah, it's
early.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
Wow.
it's like free, so I probably should cash it in right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't really beat free.
You can't really beat free, has been declared. That's an aggressive not on my watch, especially since Simon, like, really does not have any other removal to...
You don't have a morph, so it's
I think that was really just to use the mana that
Yeah.
Simon
It's
has,
be
just
greedy,
trying
you
to
know?
be mana
you
efficient.
can't have it all
You see
every
me
time,
splashing
eh?
Tulsi in my blue-green deck, so you know I'm greedy.
Hey, you said it, not us.
Also misleading there, Splash Tristani, not Tulsimir here. Trying to get him off guard, I guess.
It's this
huh?
Lesnia thing that makes people go, oh crap, when it hits the board.
Yeah,
so.
close enough.
Topiary Panther in the bin again. Go and find some more lands.
And that graveyard is stocked up
Oh,
if
yeah.
we have any of these evidence collectors to get some value here. I think that's what Simon would really like. Maybe a sample collector here.
Yeah, that would be sweet
Yep.
indeed. Some collector's been lots of fun to play.
Yeah, that's a great card.
Draw.
Projector Inspector on the board for Simon.
And I saw some 4-drops in Simon's hand there. We had an eavesdropper as well as the cold case cracker. So has some good follow-ups here. And Adam's not really putting the pressure on so far.
Yeah, nothing really going for him at the moment. For Adam, game number 2 picked up.
I'll make it
Game number 1. Ooh, this card, Harry Dronesmith.
Yeah.
I didn't get the...
This one
Great
slaps.
that makes mana.
Yeah, that
so
card
I'm
is
pretty unlucky.
incredible.
In my
And he's had
pre-release,
my
my opponent
fourth
had 3 of them.
Wow.
Really?
I bet you
I was
lost.
just like, oh, I sure did. Yeah.
And it's really nice at giving you an extra artifact to crack the case at some point. Of course, it goes away, but it still counts it. Oh, I lied. I guess that is.
Wolf. Named Bojack. Boja?
Okay, I thought it was Tristani, but yeah, it looks like it is Tulsimir.
Wolf control must be blocked. Yep, okay.
Tulsimir much better out of the two. They're both incredible.
Oh, yeah. But this one gives you a free wolf.
Yeah.
So, therefore,
Yeah.
superior.
Drake make a clue. And I will, beginning of combat, make a chopper. This will be...
Oh, okay, so the case is gonna be solved.
Yeah, she's taking triggers, right?
Well, no, isn't it just...
No, it's end up to.
Oh, yeah, I'll stack my triggers with it. And then I'll issue for 1 in the air.
Oh, that's
pursue at
funny.
18.
So, we're going to crack the case here.
I'll put the sack trigger in
Solve
this.
the case,
This
I
will
should
resolve
say.
first. This will be solved. I'll sack the Thopter. Still in my end step.
Goodbye, Thop Thop.
I'm going to bounce the 5/5.
Ooh, that.
Incredible.
Oh,
and I'll
that
get a
hurts
counter
so
on that.
much.
Your Drake
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a turn for
That
Adam.
was very,
Wow.
very good indeed.
That was a ton of value. And, oh, I didn't even see the absolute amazing interaction with Gleaming Gear Drake and sacrificing that Thopter
Yeah,
every turn. That is
every
going
single
to
turn.
be-
That is going to get so large.
Yeah. So Tulsimir coming in here is, the power is pretty much shut down, but it's still a 3-mana 3/2 lifelinker, so at some point Adam has to respect this, but you don't really want to give away either of these two creatures because they worked so well together
Yeah.
on Adam Edelson's side.
This is an excellent little combo here. Now we just need to chuck Krenko into the mix and then whee!
You're so greedy.
No, they're red cards.
All right, fair, fair.
Oh, all right.
Still thinking.
Still thinking.
Yeah, that's brutal to have to give that creature away, especially in the face of the pump spells. And we see an airtight alibi.
Yeah.
If Adam blocks this, he's in a lot of trouble with this alibi.
Oh, that hurts so much. So 2 extra life over and above the 3 from Tulsimir.
Untaps.
And it untaps.
I gain 5, you take 3.
Ooh.
Right.
23.
Baneslayer 2.0 here.
It's got its wings clipped, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Incredible.
So we had one great turn there for Adam, and Simon Nielsen just answered in turn.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that was cool, but watch this.
Yeah, and that's a really tempting block. It did seem like it had its risks, especially because I caught a glimpse at a Fey Flight in hand for Adam to protect any kind of removal spell that would go on Adam's size. But, you know, not the best here at just trying to pump it one additional power. Still wouldn't beat the Tulsimir with Airtight Alibi.
Forensic Research was a nice find here, though, for Adam. You know, next turn being able to lock down this Tulsimir effectively. In Simon Nielsen's hand, I think I saw a Cold Case Cracker, so there's another flying threat.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Adam had kept that Harry Dronesmith because, you know, in a couple turns' time, you're going to have a massive Gear Drake. That
Exactly. I think that was a little aggressive of a block. But I get it. I mean, trying to shut down the lifelink blocker, you're not racing that card. Eventually, you do have to block it. But yeah, this is just, it ended up being the worst case scenario. And I believe that's another Gear Drake, maybe the alternate art. By the way, I love the alternate art that look like that.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, I really do. I think they look pretty cool.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I do like the invisible ink ones.
Okay.
I opened a Massacre Girl and it had her swords in there, or her knives. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Nice. So now, Adam's going to have to take a huge hit from Tulsimir. You can't really block, you know, in any meaningful way. You're just chump blocking here, and you really don't want to double block the Projector Inspector. So as it stands, I think Simon is just going to get in a big hit for 8 here. And that's without having any additional things in play to make this even better. But yeah, the Cold Case Cracker is going to be a great follow-up as well.
Yeah. You know, leaving behind a clue when it dies, also getting the draw discard there from the Projector Inspector. So.
Yep.
The elephant and make a
Hey.
Inspector.
Locks it on Eavesdropper, trigger the Projector Inspector.
And Simon's playing this stuff pre-combat just because you can still get some combat tricks. Scope your hand a little bit before you head to combat. Most of the time you want to do these kind of things post-combat to not give your opponent any information before blocked. But that is the reason Simon does it there. And discarding Cold Case Cracker is a sign here.
It's a little bit of a flex, isn't it?
It is a flex, absolutely. Kept the land, though. That's kind of surprising to me as well, is maybe you just discard that maze that Simon just played instead of the Cold Case Cracker. So really putting a high equity on having 7 mana. Slightly strange.
Gonna hard cost a Crocodile? It's only 6.
Yeah, that's a bit strange to me.
Unless we're into double spell territory next turn, perhaps. Oh, there is Glint Weaver. That is 7 mana.
Okay, sure.
Big old
I mean,
scooter.
that's definitely a reason to... it's not there. I saw the Falcon in hand.
Oh, Coveted Falcon is also sweet.
Super sweet.
Absolutely love just giving my opponents the redundant things on the board. It's like, here, you can have control of my Airtight Alibi.
Yeah, have a bunch of lands here.
No, don't get the lands. Well, then maybe that is Simon Nielsen's investment strategy here. Let's see where we go for this turn as Adam Edelson just passes the turn back.
Okay, another land drop. The Coveted Falcon and a mystery card in hand for Simon.
Morph.
Yep.
Morph.
Combat,
Another
I
one for the
will
morph jar.
There you go, of course.
Exiling a Chase It Off.
You are successful.
Lucky.
It will.
Did
You have
we
2
crack
cards,
the
plus
clue
Those 2.
from the Locks It on Eavesdropper?
It looks like we did at end step there, at Adam's end step. So the tapping of the Tulsimir here. With all this open mana from Adam, it is a bit scary because at surface value, you can make these Gear Drakes a 4/4 and a 3/3.
Yeah.
I'll attack 3.
Oh, okay, so attacking for 3 without having a clue here.
My case.
That sounds so funny to say. He has no clue right now what he's in for.
So the one thing that Simon can do is if you flip up a Detective, that'll trigger drawing a second card or a Falcon.
You can gain control of my Airtight Alibi.
Yes.
And yeah.
That is awesome
And
because,
something else.
yeah, Adam will control it, but it'll still stay on the
Probably-
creature, and Adam can't, you know, move it around. You can do this with equipment as well. If you give your opponent equipment, they can, of course, pay to equip it to one of their creatures, but enchantments is the one way that it works extremely well with Coveted Falcon.
I'll give you these 2 as well.
Wow,
as the Airtight
okay.
Alibi. So I draw 3.
All right.
Sure.
It's target, yeah. So.
This is looking real scary now for Adam Edelson.
Really awesome stuff. That looks like a second airtight alibi. That must have been brought in from the sideboard. I mean, it looked so good this game.
Yeah.
And it just seemed really good with Adam playing very act on your turn style with all these removal spells. That card's going to look even better when your opponent's kind of playing in that manner.
Ooh, nice, okay. Fanatical Strength. Keeping the elephant alive.
Yep, so this would be a 7/7 trampler into the 4/4 clue. And the brutal thing is, if Adam sacks this clue,
Oh,
well, you just die, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Trample wouldn't work
can't-
too well with that one.
Can't do that, unfortunately.
Yep.
You go to 3.
Yep. You go to 3.
All right, this is
You
looking
take 3,
great
this
for
makes
Simon
+1
here.
Oh, yeah.
I drew the card, so this goes to +1.
Oh, correct.
So you take 3 damage, go to 2.
Yeah. Got it.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right, looking great here for Simon to force a game 3. And reminder, these players are 1-0 in the pod, so winner here will be playing for that trophy of the pod here.
So-
And oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so the Loxodon would have had Vigilance then? Because he drew pre-combat?
No, drew after blockers. Yeah.
Oh,
so
after
it-
blockers. Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. One of these players will have the opportunity to play for a 10-1 record going into Pioneer, which is just exactly where you want to be.
Then you just have 2 more rounds, and you get to enjoy MagicCon Chicago for the rest of the day, you know?
Yeah. 2 and 3 in Pioneer. That's pretty easy to. I wouldn't say easy to do because it's the Pro Tour, but you know, a lot more manageable.
That's okay.
Oh, on your tips.
Yeah, because a lot happened.
Yeah.
A lot
Okay,
happened
turn
indeed.
3.
This has been a very grindy matchup here.
Yep. The
The second
tipster
game.
could have got an extra counter when that was flipped up.
Well, airtight alibi, swing old sweet chariot.
Exiling these 2.
Could give it a second airtight alibi if you want here, but honestly not really even that needed, as the airtight alibi could go on one of these 4 creatures.
Yeah.
There's only 3 blockers to just win the game. Or Simon can take this a bit more slow. There's really no pressure from Adam. Simon being at an extremely high life total. You just got to make sure. Okay, there you go.
Oh, right, cool. So it doesn't have to do it in response to the target. You can just
You can just
untap
untap
it anyway.
Yep.
It's kind of fun when you do that with dramatic accusation.
Yeah, there you go.
Squad.
Yeah. I'll take back my first.
Takes back one of the lands with the
Take back the
Falcon.
lands. Thank you very much.
And this should force a game 3.
Hey, I'm here for it. This has been a cool matchup between these 2 decks.
Absolutely.
You know, not just borrows 1, 2, 3, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see some other archetypes doing their thing in this limited format. So yeah, let's go to game number 3. Adam Edelson kind of got a little steamrolled there by Simon Nielsen, who just found absolute gas. You know, we saw him discarding like pretty powerful cards. Cold Pace Cracker, I mean, hello.
Yeah, the second that airtight alibi went on
Yeah.
Tulsimir, that game was kind of over,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah. All right,
Tulsimir's sweet.
looks like a mulligan to 6 from Adam once again, and maybe from Simon as well. The goat's back.
Yeah, go goats. Okay, both on 6, so even Stevens to start things out. First blood drawn here by the frantic scapegoat. Turn passes back to Adam. He's going to look to just keep curving out here.
Yeah.
Gear Drake.
Is it a Gear Drake? There's 3 of them in the deck. Oh, okay.
I know.
Disappointment goes on the stack.
Never seen anything like it.
And there's not a lot of great 2-drops at instant speed from Adam, so, you know, really wanted one of those Gear Drakes to even out this curve.
Tunnel Tipster now getting Simon Nielsen ahead on mana.
Go.
Okay, not the best.
Searcher.
Not the best card when you're trying to kind of push the aggression there, but being able to go from 4 mana to 5 mana next turn could be nice for Adam.
Yeah. Cold Case Cracker taken to the skies here for Simon Nielsen. Pretty formidable threat in the air. Let's see what Adam Edelson has to follow up with here.
Accusation.
Hey, I accuse you.
Yeah.
All right, still not a lot of pressure
Go
from Adam, but that is really nice. to just stop that card from ever getting in combat. You know, being able to trade with Cold Case Cracker is so excellent when you get the clue as well.
Tunnel Tipster? Are you thinking about attacking
Getting
little
in
guy?
there?
Put me in, coach.
All right, 3 cards for Adam. I did get a glimpse that there was at least one more land, so maybe a little bit
19.
flooded. But I mean, if you can get a Gear Drake, they're pretty good at
Oh,
finding
wow.
other ones.
2 drop city. Let's go.
Right.
Okay, evidence examiner. No evidence to be collected right now, so post attack or post combat. That comes down alongside Tunnel Tipster number 2. So we have plenty mana. Now Simon Nielsen needs something to do with it.
So Simon could double block and trade Tunneler for the Frantic Scapegoat. Not the worst, as giving that suspect to another one of Adam's bigger creatures can be valuable late game. You know, Frantic Scapegoat, most 1-drops don't really scale very well into the late game. And this isn't a huge exception, but it does do something in the late game.
Yeah, you definitely want to be jump blocking with a 1/1 rather than something a little more.
I'll take a clue.
Ooh, the chase is on there. That was excellent. That was the worst scenario for Simon there, being able to clean up both creatures.
Case, make another clue, please.
Goodness me.
Okay, and now we're 1 artifact away from solving the case here. But Adam is kind of out of gas here. I think that last card was a land, so this is the weird spot where you're really tempted to crack clues to find more cards. And especially with 3 Gear Drakes in the deck, getting
One of
rid
them
of
has
one,
to show up.
yeah, getting rid of 1 clue is not bad because the Gear Drake counts as 2 artifacts.
Second evidence examiner coming on down.
Okay.
Let's collect it and let's get a clue.
I'm going to turn on tap the mountain and crack a clue.
Nice. They'll wait
Big
to ramp
draw
here for the
steps.
stack.
Yeah, big draw steps here from Adam. If you're not able to find something to play on this turn, it's going to be a huge advantage to Simon here catching up with this evidence examiner.
Yeah, and Airtight Alibi able to untap the Cold Case Cracker.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can only do it once, though. Because as it taps again, then you're in the same position you were.
But just untapping it and leaving it back consistently as a blocker is really excellent. The one thing, if Adam just leaves mana open, you can just shuffle it back in response.
Sure.
So Simon's not really able to do that. And there is Airtight Alibi and Bite Down on Crime.
Nice. Bite Down on Crime. That's potentially why we saw a bit of hesitation with the collecting of evidence, because that can be a 2-mana removal spell with the evidence being collected.
I will tap the tunnel tipster.
Poor little guy.
Or sorry, I'm going to tap the examiner.
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Okay,
Okay, got it.
there you go.
And then combat, I will attack for
Okay, the mountain is
Granite
left
with
open
that's
and
7.5
not an
base.
island, though, so.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Okay, just 1. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, that just came in, right? The Great
Yeah.
Witness, so.
Yeah, doesn't give it haste or anything.
No.
So maybe a slight misstep there by Adam. But that card being suspected is just going to be decent anyways if Simon's able to find a flyer. So automatically getting 3 damage in every single turn.
Yeah.
But no reason to really do it at the time that Adam did. You could always wait until end step, tap down a creature of Simon so it can't get in, and then suspect it. Right, there's a Panther.
Okay. That's something to do with all the mana that we've been generating here.
Now Simon might take this opportunity to cast Bite Down on Crime while Adam is low on resources and untap land. Adam may not have any cards in hand, actually.
Yeah, there is the option to land cycle the Panther and then Bite Down.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really achieves all that much right now.
I feel like when you already have 6 mana in play and you don't have too much else to do this turn, I think just sorcery speed, Bite Down on Crime for the full 4 mana and then get rid of it to collect evidence and then follow it up with the Stomper, or with the Panther, excuse me. That seems like a nice way to go. But there is still stuff that Simon has to play around, because there is a card for Adam, so if there is a bounce spell here in response to this, it's quite bad.
Bite Down on Crime.
But now that does mitigate the, the impact of an unauthorized exit by putting it on the cold case cracker, as you don't really want to bounce that when it has the enchantment on it.
That's fine.
No, you want to get that out of there. So that takes care of the granite wetness.
This is evidence and make
Cold
a
case
blue.
cracker still proving useful until it gets shuffled back into the library.
Yep.
Yeah, blue. Yeah.
So now,
Right.
if there was another island left up, then we could have possibly seen the shuffle
The
back
shuffle.
in.
It at least would have
dramatic
been
acquisition.
represented.
Yeah.
I will
Unless we
Torch
needed all the
for
blue
two,
that
make
turn,
it
don't
blue.
think so. But yeah, we're going to torch the witness, so there goes the evidence examiner.
Is there a
It's
gear
blue.
examiner. Exile.
Uh-huh.
the-
That is quite strong. You hear
Yeah,
a
this is
groan
really
from
good.
Simon.
Yeah.
Do we have 3 artifacts, though? Doesn't look like it yet, right?
Yeah, not quite. But if you're able to collect evidence one more time, that ability is not just when you collect evidence with the monitor. It
Yeah,
is
no,
just
it's
any
any
time.
evidence.
Card's incredible.
It's really, really good.
Simon did do a great job of dealing with one of the artifacts here, getting that granite out of there so that this case didn't get solved.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Collect
nice.
evidence with that.
Yeah, get to
And
end step,
now it's
and that
solved.
is solved. GG, Adam. That was very cool.
Now that was slightly wasted by just tapping the tunneler on Adam's turn, but it does solve the case. So now any of these artifacts can go away. Adam can sack the clue if he wants.
Yeah.
So it had some value.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now you can't
one of
tap
these stop
that.
those a 5/5.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
Topiary
no, don't say that.
Sorry. I will.
Love it.
Yeah, animate the
a
clue.
full force fire.
I wish you could animate the Thopters. That would be busted. But
Oh, yeah.
non-creature there.
Non-creature.
That would be so good.
6 you in the air.
7.
7.
I'll 6 you in the air.
Pretty impressive. Oh, man. Everything coming up Adam here. And like we were saying, Simon doesn't have a lot of interaction here. You
Yeah.
see the airtight alibi, but there's not a ton of ways to really deal with this onslaught of flyers.
Yeah, no.
Right, there was a removal spell. though.
Okay, all right. So we got suspicious detonation.
Yeah.
He has the 5 mana to cast it. It is a sorcery, though, so it has to be on his turn.
Which I want to note that Simon did side that in. Like Simon was not red in any way, shape, or form. So being able to witness that, Simon didn't have a lot of interaction. So being able to just bring more in and change your deck on the fly like that is
Yeah.
is a good sign of a great player.
It's pretty cool when you have such a transformational sideboard.
Yep. Now I was able to play this for 2 mana as well because the clue got sacked. Now it's just the question of what do you want to kill? I think it just has to
It's
be this
4/4,
clue, right?
yeah.
Especially while Adam is essentially tapped out and unable to sack it in response.
So how much damage does he have coming through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? If everything got in? That's a lot of damage.
But I think Adam just has 7 coming back here because
Yeah.
there's only the one blocker.
Oh, you sacked the clue this turn?
There's only
Yeah.
one blocker.
Yeah, because there's the 3 mana you can't cast the airtight alibi to untap the cracker in response to.
It doesn't matter if you kin, no matter what, you're going to have one blocker for the examiner, and then the cold case, the 2 Thopters, the goat, and the 1/3 can get in just for the win here. I think Adam's got this.
I think so too. This is looking like Adam Edelson's game right here, friends, and match. So pretty sure we're gonna have a 9-1 player here.
Yeah.
In Adam
Impressive
Edelson.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Sorry, girl.
Somebody's having fun.
Sounds like Simon is not having the most fun this game.
1, 2.
And just going through the math, the airtight alibi, yeah, it can
Yeah.
untap one of the creatures, but
Yeah, 2 blue there to prevent the cold case cracker. Will be the Topiary Panther being untapped.
and you don't really have to worry about the crackback being lethal just in case Simon does have, not on my watch, that's probably the only thing
Yeah.
that Simon could have right now that Adam would be afraid of,
Yeah.
especially because it would exile the cold case cracker.
Big things here for Adam.
Yeah, so we'll just see if Adam goes for it.
hit the big red button
Yeah.
for on Arena, that would be.
I mean, especially at, you know, your first Pro Tour here, you think, well, they haven't conceded, so they probably have anything, but, you know, the pro players do not really concede.
Certainly not. There's always an out to be found somewhere.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes it's just a bluff. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Pro Tours, or the pros always make you have it.
Yeah.
I'll attack with just base.
Okay, and that's not a
Okay.
lethal attack.
All right. Tipster's going to get in the way of the biggest creature there.
4 damage.
The 3/3.
I will alibi.
Okay.
That's fine. This will. Oh, that'll die.
Yeah. Right, take 6 go to 1.
Yeah, 6 go to 1.
Okay.
I'll play.
Now that is a large creature.
Another Drake and make a clue.
Is that 8 damage?
Yeah, it should be untapped, but doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, just untap.
Yeah, that doesn't untap.
Yeah, I guess we were looking for another airtight alibi off the top on the cold case cracker.
There is the forensic researcher
Oh,
to
I'm gonna
untap
blow
another
you
island.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. I'll untap my island and
Sure.
then crack a clue. 2 triggers.
I'm not going to be the only one to get a good combat trick blow out this game.
Yeah, true.
All right, this
So
is
that's,
11
3,
damage.
8.
8.
So you take 3 damage.
Yep, 3.
All right.
Go to 10.
Well
and
done. Close.
Kill.
Probably all of them. And I'll pass the turn. Good games.
Gotta love some
Oh,
fun banter
man.
at the end.
Simon's such a great competitor.
He really
Absolutely
is.
love it. Congratulations to Adam Edelson finding the win there in 2 games against the Player of the Year. You know, that's no small
Yeah.
feat. So 9-1. He's gonna be feeling absolutely ecstatic about
Oh,
that.
absolutely. Just sitting at the first pod for your draft
Yeah.
on day number 2 already feels excellent. And to be now playing for the 3-0
Yeah.
and get your way to 10 wins when you still have 5 rounds left, I mean, that is just an incredible feat in itself. So,
Yeah, the other
Great work.
colors needed some more representation because Burrows is just like, you know, handing out 3-0s left, right, and center. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love to see it. Alrighty, friends. Well, we're going to throw things back. We're going to head over to Maria after this break, but we will see you shortly.